everyone, and welcome to yet another Transformer review with me and my dad here.
Hey y'all. Okay, I do not know a whole lot about this person. He knows more than I do, so I'm not going to say much. I'm going to let him do all the talking, but this is the person, the action figure.
And this is a third-party Transformer, which is, of course, not officially licensed. Figures, and this is one of them. And this figure that we're looking at and reviewing at is called the Mastermind Creations Reformatted Spartan, and his name is right here. And this is their take on Impactor from the IDW comics, and he's also part of the Wreckers, and he was also part of the Wreckers in the original Marvel Transformers comics, because yes, the Wreckers did also make an appearance in the original Marvel Transformers comics and even the IDW comics.
As far as I know, I've never seen this character in a G1 Transformer cartoon.
He never appeared in the cartoon. He just appeared in the comics.
Okay. Okay, well, there you go. That's why I've never seen him.
And this figure here does have an opening flap here, where in the case you can see where the figure would fit in this clear window, and on the side you can see there's a picture of Impactor in a pose here. And this is like one of those older Mastermind Creations figures where back then they used to have those opening flaps. Even the Mastermind Creations Azalea, their take on RC from IDW, did also have an opening flap. But nowadays they don't do this anymore. And like you heard, when you close it up, it is on a magnet. Like you heard. So I think now is the time to head over to the review area and get to the review of Mastermind Creations Spartan, their take on Impactor. So stay tuned.
See y'all here in a minute.
And here we are at the review area, and here is Impactor, or as he's known by his third-party name, Spartan.
Now y'all, I call this guy everything but the right name, so I still don't know. And I kept on saying his name, and Colton had to straighten me out 3 to 5 different times and said, no, that's not his name. His name is Spartan. It is their take on Impactor, right?
Yes.
Hey, I got it right.
And as you can see, he does turn into like a little, I guess you can call this a Cybertronian tank mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it does look really cool. And it does have a lot of yellow and purple on it. Well, a lot of yellow on him, but a little bit of purple on him.
Yeah, this tank is different than a regular tank, that's for sure. It's got the turret up top that has a cannon on it, and at the bottom it looks like that is a ramming type device that has a grater at the bottom. It looks like a Cybertronian scoop shovel. Scoop. I don't know how to.
Right.
I think that's the best way to say it. I don't know. I know what the top is, but the bottom's more or less for ramming into stuff and getting it out the way. That's what it looks like to me.
And getting a closer look at it, you could see it does have some yellow paint on these, like what you call are ramming.
Yeah, to me it just looks ramming type barricade type scoop. So he can ram into stuff and get it out the way and shoot at the same time. That's what I'm thinking.
And taking a look at the treads here, he does have some nice black paint on these treads here. And the tracks here are not functional, so he doesn't really roll. All he can do is just slide.
All he can do is scoot. Because there's no functioning wheels down there. Okay.
And there's no like little plastic wheels on the bottom.
Nope, there's not.
And on the bottom, as you can see, he doesn't have like a lot of robot kibble. Well, the only robot kibble you could see is he does have visible hands on the bottom. And the other side is just like on the other side, like I showed you before. And on the sides, you could see here, he does have two extra, like, little guns on the sides here. And you can, like, move these out, in and out, if you want to. And for the turret itself, you do have some nice silver paint on the sides here. And also some more silver paint here on these working pistons here. Because, yes, these are what are called pistons, which are functional. And we'll get to that in a minute. And on the sides here, and the back here, which is going to be the robot mode chest. But you can see it does have some more silver paint along with some yellow inside. And also, if you could see here, the yellow paint on the inside of these, where these silver things are, you do have some blue lining on these yellow paints here. And you do have some more yellow paint here, and some red paint here. And all around, he looks like a really cool looking tank mode. Although the only problem I have with it is I wish he would have some like little tiny plastic wheels on the bottom of the treads to help him roll, or maybe make the treads actually
turnable.
Functional.
Yeah, functional, turnable. Actually work.
Now he does come with some accessories which are meant for robot mode, but you can do some with them in vehicle mode here. But before we get into the accessories, he does have a feature for him, and that is the tank of, well, the turret of the tank can move. Although it doesn't turn all the way around, it just moves a little bit, because these pistons are attached to it. And as you move the turret, they do slide up and down, which you can see there. Although, now, this is just an optional thing you can do, but you can remove these pistons off. Because if you leave them off while he's in his tank mode, the turret could move all the way around. But if you leave these on, it doesn't move. It just wiggles a little bit. And I'll show it to y'all when we get to the transformation. But for his accessories, you do get this little gun here, which the instructions are calling it the stun gun.
That's a stun gun?
Yes.
You know what that looks like to me? It looks like a pizza cutter at the end. that's what it looks like to me. Okay, that's a stun gun. It looks like you could chop up a pizza right there, you know, I mean, just roll out a pizza and just cut it in halves. I don't know, that's weird.
And the way you can store this is on these holes on the top. So you can have it like that. And I'm seeing if there's any more ports you can put it at. And no, these are the only 2 ports that he has on him. But he also does come with a little drill here that you can also store onto both of these holes if you want to. And the last accessory that he comes with is this thing, which is called a harpoon. And the tip of it is, well, it is kind of sharp, but not really.
Is it? Yeah, it's got a little point, but it's not a super defined point.
And you can plug it on either one of these holes, of course. And he does come with one more accessory, but, well, it is attached to him right now. But I'll show it to y'all when we get to the arm transformation. And speaking of that, let's get to the transformation. So to start off the transformation, you of course want to take the barrel of the turret and remove it off and set it off to the side for right now. Then you want to come to these yellow parts on the sides of the tank and untap it. And swing them out. And you too want to get these out of the way, because you need to take these and bring these all the way down, and these do tap in to place. Now you're gonna take these front treads here and there we go. You want to take the front treads, untap them from this tab and this hole here, and swing these up until they tap into place. Then you want to take these guns and slide them in, and then you're going to take what will become his foot, untap it, bring it down and swing it around and rotate it so it looks like that. And then you just do the same thing on the other side. Then you're going to rotate his legs down. And for his thighs here, what you're going to do is you're going to rotate them on this joint here, like this. Then you're going to rotate them on the top swivel joint here, so it looks like this. And then you do the same thing on the other side. So it looks like that. And for the back, you're going to take these purple things and swing these around. Then take this part and untap it and bring it down so it looks like that. And I think you can, well, no, not yet. First, you want to come to the front here, and you two want to separate his arms here. Now, this part here, where this yellow thing is attached to, this does come separate out of the box here. But the instructions and the box don't tell you what this is for. But I have looked up a video of what this might be for. I think this is so that you can tap the arms together when you're going to vehicle mode. Or it may be just for something else. But if this is meant for something else, let me know in the comment section below. Or it might be just some random thing. But untap his arms. Then you're gonna take his arms, which are attached to these gray armature things, and untap them and swing them out. And these do tap into these purple tabs into these holes here. So you just want to swing them out. And I'm gonna have to rise up the camera. And this part here does kinda do get a little fiddly to do, because what you want to do is you want to take this purple section and bring it down well, you do want to bring it down, which will untap these little pistons here, and you do want to bring these up. And you can see here, if you don't have these pistons attached to these things, you could still rotate the turret all the way around. But if the pistons are attached to these things, you won't rotate it all the way around. It just wiggles a little. But you do want to take these pistons and fold these down into those little holes there. And you do want to take this purple thing and try to to untap it from this part here, and it can kind of do get a little fiddly to do. There we go. So you want to try and get this purple thing untapped from these side pieces here. So that way this is now free and you can extend it out using these joints here. And you do want to fold these down. And get the arms out of the way. And then you're going to take this part and rotate it all the way around so it looks like that. And then you're going to take his waist and rotate it around, which is really snug on mine. And then you want to bring up this back part, and these two purple tabs are going to go into those two holes there. So it looks like this. And now you're gonna untap this part and fold it down so that way you can take his head and flip it around and tap it into place. And you do want to take his arms and fold them in and tap them into these tabs and these holes here. There we go. And then close this back up, which will make his chest. And rotate his head around. And we're almost done. For his elbows, you just want to untap them and bring them all the way up. And these just tap into these tabs and these holes. And rotate his hands around and rotate his arms down and rotate his elbows around. And that's how you get his arms all done, all transformed. And the last thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take the barrel, which was the tank mode here, and you can attach it to either one of these holes here. I would like to, I would like to attach it to this hole here. And you're done. So there you have Impactor in his robot mode.
The way that they have the mold and stuff like that, especially the head, he kind of looks like a Spartan. A gladiator. A gladiator from back then.
Well, he just looks kind of like a Spartan.
A Spartan.
Due to the shape of his head here.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, because if you give them a side little view right there, yep, I can see it.
And I too agree with that. And the head sculpt here does have some nice silver paint on his face. And the expression on his face, he looks like he's really angry. Because it looks like he's gritting his teeth.
Can they see that? Let's see here. Can he look up some? There we go.
He kind of does look like he's gritting his teeth.
Yeah.
Like he's angry over something.
Okay.
And he does have some nice green paint on his eyes here.
That's green paint that they have?
Yes.
Okay.
That is green paint. And his chest, it is the same like it was in tank mode. And he does have some nice silver paint on his shoulders here. And he still has a lot of yellow and purple on him. And some gray on his thighs.
He's a beefy.
Yes.
I guess you'd say that, a kind of a beefy outline to him, like a Hulk kind of a robot, you know.
And he doesn't have a lot of backpack kibble, because he does kind of clean up really well on the back. Oh, and he does have some nice painted in detail on the side of his leg here. And I think he has it on both sides here.
They did a good job with his mold, with the expressions and the mold the way it is. It looks good. It looks literally like he's a Spartan, a gladiator, a Spartan. That's his name, right? Spartan.
Yes. Or an Impactor. And for his articulation, head is on a ball joint, and the shoulder cannon does move up and down, and of course rotates. Arms can rotate all the way around, move in and out, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Now, this part here, you may need to be aware of, because sometimes when you're trying, well, sometimes when you're moving his elbows, these things do pop off all of the time.
Oh, they're just sitting in there with pegs?
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you take one off right now to show them? Okay.
See, they're just pegged on. So you do need to be aware of that when you get this figure. But you can fix that with a little dab of super glue if you want to. So that way these don't pop off on you all the time. Oh, and he does have some more silver paint on the sides of his shoulders here, which I did not notice that. But he does have ball joint at the hands. And he does, well, he does have a waist swivel, but like you saw, it is really snug. Like it is a little bit too tight on mine. But he does have a waist swivel. And his legs do go forward only about that far, because these things on his thighs do kind of hinder it. But they can go back about, oh, well, you need to move this part out of the way. It only moves up to about there. But his legs can only move back about that far. Yeah, if you can get this for not blocking it. But they can move out about that far. And he does have a thigh swivel here and also at the top one here. Like you saw in the transformation. And he does have a knee joint and a ball joint at the feet. And you do have this joint here if you want to move them out. And he also does have a little bit of a toe joint here. And that's it. for his accessories, which are the exact same accessories like I showed y'all in his field commode. But for the accessories that you can do with him when he's in robot mode, for the stun gun here, you can have him hold it in either one of his hands here, or you can attach it on the same hole here on either one, like I showed y'all in his tank mode. So you can have him like he has the double shoulder cannons if you want to. And as for the drill and the harpoon, the way you insert it on him, you will have to remove either one of his hands which can't, there we go. So you will have to remove one of his hands here. Because he does come with two of these things here. And the way you insert these is you have to make sure that they're facing like this. And you could see of the way they're shaped. You have to fit it on here so it looks like that. And here is where you can insert either the drill or the harpoon here. I'm going to go with the harpoon here. So you can have it like that. With his harpoon or his little drill here. Or you can have him with both on either one of his hands. Because like I said, he does come with two of these. And I'll go ahead and have him hold his little stun gun. And of course, like with all the other Mastermind Creations figures, you of course get the collector's card with the stats on the back and the instructions / comic book here. Now before we end this video, let's do a little size comparison with his other wreckers. So here is Guzzle, Roadbuster, Springer, Whirl, Rotor Storm, and Top Spin, and Twin Twist here. So, and you can see how he looks with the other wreckers here.
So, this guy's a wrecker?
Yes.
And he's an Autobot?
Yes.
Doesn't he have a clone that looks just like him called, what is it?
Spinister.
Spinister. Yeah.
He is a repaint of
Spinister.
Of Spinister.
Oh, okay.
The only difference is with him is he has a brand new head, which is supposed to homage his IDW self.
Okay. I just thought I was going crazy. I was like, I've seen this guy before, but he's in a different color. But anyway, okay, go ahead, Colton.
And I have other characters which are part of the
There you go, breathe.
wreckers. But this is all I could show y'all in frame here.
We have a lot more. He has a lot more wreckers and other teams that are being completed as we talk. And so this guy right here, Spartan,
Or Impactor.
was another guy to finish up some more of the wreckers that we have going on here, and in the wreckers of the IDW. That is very important to say. So some of these characters, don't get them confused, because some of these characters are actually off of the IDW. Okay?
Yes.
So not, so some of this stuff is so you have to pull where you need to pull in order to complete the groups. And these guys are, I don't want to say, they're bad butts. In the IDW, they are bad butts. There, I was supposed to say something else. Nope, can't do that.
Yes.
So, they are a bunch of bad boys, and they can lay waste themselves to the Decepticons.
Right.
That is their ultimate goal and purpose. They say, okay, Decepticons, y'all want to be bad? We got a whole group here way worse than y'all. And they are borderline all crazy. But a good crazy. If that makes sense.
So now I'm going to go ahead and get these guys out of the way so we can get to our final thoughts of Impactor, or as he's known by his third-party name, Spartan.
There we go. Ta-da! As far as he looks like a Spartan gladiator. The way he looks, he does.
So, my final thoughts for this figure, I actually think he looks really great in both modes. Although, a couple of issues I have with it is, in vehicle mode, I wish he would have like little tiny plastic wheels, or maybe the treads would be functional so he could roll instead of just sliding him around. And the transformation is fun, but he does have one part that is kind of fiddly to do, and that is the backpack transformation where his arms are connected to. That does get kind of fiddly to do, but once you get the hang of it, you're good. And the robot mode does look really awesome looking, but an issue I have with it is you do need to watch out for these things on the back of his arms here, because these things do pop off sometimes when you're trying to like bend his elbows. And another problem I have with it's not really a problem. It's just my opinion is that I wish he would have like a little string or like a bendy wire cable for his little harpoon here, so it looks like he's shooting it out. Oh, and I just accidentally
you shot out the camera out of frame. That's what you shot out.
I just accidentally hit the camera.
Yeah.
But I wish he would have like a little bendy wire cable for his little harpoon, so you could have him like he's shooting it out.
Yeah.
And stabbing it at someone.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Make it more like a harpoon that can come out and retract back in, kind of like a motorized kind of string.
And this thing here, I'm gonna say that this is for the arm transformation, but if this is for something else, let me know in the comment section below, because like I told y'all, this thing does come separate when you get it out of the box. But the rest of him looks really cool. And do you have any final thoughts?
As far as me, no, he looks like a Spartan type gladiator. I can see where they got the name. I can see what they were doing with him, and this is third party, and he is part of the Wreckers, and I like his bulkiness. He looks like a warrior, not a heavy artillery type person, but he looks more or less like, except for he's got that cannon on his shoulder. But besides that, he looks like he's ready for action and ready to go after some Decepticons.
Or, as the Wreckers call it, wreck and roll.
Wreck and roll. Okay. Now that's nice. Okay, wreck and roll. He looks like he's ready for that. So I like him. I don't have a problem with him. His tank mode, I'm like you. I wish that they would have incorporated some type of wheels so this way he would roll instead of slide. That's the only part that I see. Everything else is good. He's got good heel spurs. He's well balanced. And he's of high grade plastic. The plastic feels really good. It does not feel thin or cheap. So, yeah. I don't have a problem with him. The only problem is, like you, I agree with the wheels. But besides that, that's it. Now, maybe, if we're talking about gladiator type warrior, I thought about it while you was taking out the weapons and stuff like that. It looks like he needs a shield. I don't know. I don't know. That was just something that popped in my head. I was like...
He doesn't come with a shield.
I know. I was just thinking, he looks like he should have a shield. But he doesn't have a shield. He does not come with the shield, so... Maybe later on down the road, another company will make a shield for him. I don't know. So he's got a to me, it looks like a pizza cutter. To me, it looks like a pizza cutter. Even though that's what type of gun? That's
a stun gun.
A stun gun. It's not for cutting pizza. That's for a stun gun. Okay, and that's a harpoon, and that's a shoulder cannon.
And he also comes with a little drill.
A little drill. Yep. So this way he can do dentistry. Yes.
Which is this.
Yes. So he can do dentistry. So far, that's it. That's all I got to say to him, and I'm going to let you have the floor.
So, I think that is about it. So, there you have it. Mastermind Creations Spartan. Their take on Impactor from the IDW comics. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. Or if you want to, y'all could also follow me or support me on Patreon. And I will leave a link to my Patreon account in the description box down below. Or you can click on the little Patreon box right here in this corner. So I think that is about it. So thanks for watching.